Welcome to Simple Virtual Machines. It's quite strange to me to be making a video here. I'd hoped to welcome you in person, but it looks like we're going to be teaching online in the fall, and I wanted to give you a sense now what that was going to be like. So here's the idea behind the course. Programming language implementation can be really cool, but if you're trying to target the real hardware, there's a lot of fiddly detail that's kind of tough to manage in the university setting. So what we're doing in this course is instead we're going to target a virtual machine. And what I'm hoping for from the course is that you'll get a lot of the language implementation flavor that you would get in a course in compilers, but only the fun bits. So what makes a virtual machine so good? It is a lot more pleasant to work with than the real hardware. It is an idea that's used in industry all the time, so it's reasonably realistic. And it's going to give us room to explore more high-level, interesting ideas than we could do if we were targeting actual hardware. Last but not least, since we're targeting a virtual machine, we can build test instructions right into the VM. It is going to be so much easier for you to test your code than it would be targeting the actual hardware. So here's what I'm hoping you'll get out of the course. I think above all, it's meant to be a really interesting and engaging project experience. And part of that is we have an interesting project. It's going to span the whole semester. And part of it is that you're going to get to see what your peers are doing when they're working on the same problems that you are. And I've done that in a course once before, and it was really a high point of the experience for students in the course to see what all their peers were doing. So that's a thing that I'm really looking forward to. I hope also that coming out of the course, you're going to deepen your understanding of programming language features and how they work. And you're going to just look at stuff and say, oh, this isn't magic anymore. I know how it works. So that's going to be really nice. Beyond the experience, I think you're going to leave with some things. We're all going to build a compiler and virtual machine. I think it is going to be useful afterward. You're going to be learning how to do language implementation by starting with something very small and low level and adding feature on feature. And one of the reasons I want to do that is because suppose you want to do something on your own at the end of the course or after the course. Well, you could take what you've already done and add the features that you want. And you'll have spent the whole semester figuring out how to add features to a thing that you already have. So I think that's going to serve you really well. Second thing you'll get out of the course, you will be polishing your functional programming skills to a high level working on the compiler. That's the universal forward translator. And finally, you're going to pick up a few sort of particular skills that carry beyond the world of programming languages and language implementation. One is a very simple, straightforward, easy to use method of parsing. Anytime you want to deal with structured text in a file, you have a parsing task. That's going to be super useful. And then a little bit more functional programming. You're going to learn about the error monad and how to program with the error monad. And this is going to be a very precise, controllable, helpful way to deal with error detection and reporting in any kind of functional program that you might write. Let me talk a little bit about the course logistics. It's all one project. But the project is going to be broken up into a lot of small parts with frequent deadlines. I'm not quite there yet, but what I'm hoping for is a very regular experience where the same week you're having the same kinds of things at the same time of the week every week, so that you're going to build this project gradually over the course of the whole semester. And this is the way that sophisticated compilers are built, is that each pass is very simple. And my goal is, like, when you finish a compiler pass, I want you saying, oh, that was easy. Is that all there was to it? So we're going to try to get you there. I'm hoping also in the course design that there will be time at the end for you to do some kind of add-on that is whatever you want. Might be a new feature, might be new syntax, might be optimizations, whatever kind of engages you so that you can push yourself a little bit beyond the boundaries of the project that I've designed for you. More logistics, even more so since we're online. Our time together is going to be really precious, and I'm not going to spend any of it on lectures, so there will be no lecture in the course. I'm planning to use our meeting together in two ways. One is code review, and I want to do a substantial amount of code review. This is part of learning from what your peers are doing. But you'll also have the opportunity to review my code, which is definitely not perfect. This is just going to be a great structured opportunity to do the kinds of things that you might be doing in industry, getting your own code reviewed, learning from other people's code, and kind of figuring out how to do that. The other class meetings we'll have will be labs, and the idea of each lab will be get you kind of in the crucial part of the week's deliverable, so that you'll have done some background reading, maybe seen a video, done some preliminary work, and get the crucial part forward so that you'll have a chance to ask questions, and it's a little bit of supervised practice before you launch into that week's part of the project. We're going to be doing this all online. I'm confident that the Zoom screen sharing technology is going to work really well for the code reviews. It's going to be the first time that I ever do a code review in a big group where everybody can see. And I think the chat experience is also going to work really well for the code reviews. Labs, I'm still working on the right technology. And I'm at some point as the term approaches, I'm going to be asking you for your opinions on technologies that we can use to be effective together. So there won't be some lectures, but there will be kind of course-specific ways of getting up to speed on what you need to know. I have already started writing lab handouts, and I'm going to be making some short videos that cover little topics that might be of interest. Embedding and projection, calls, register windows, operational semantics at the machine level, anything that might help you sort of understand the landscape and inform your construction of the project. I want to wrap up the video by telling you a little bit about myself. If your undergraduate degree is from Tufts, then you know me as the architect of Comp 40. That course is a result of 20 years that I spent in my professional life thinking about machine instructions, how to think at the machine level, what's going on, how to program with that. And most of those years were spent building tools, compilers, assemblers, linkers, and debuggers. So I have really put a lot of time and effort over many years into that kind of thinking. I'm not doing machine instructions anymore. I haven't really been deep into machine instructions since getting to Tufts 10 years ago, but I have continued to use my software skills and the language design and implementation that you may have encountered in Comp 105. Those are my designs, my implementations, and plenty of other stuff, software for automated grading, software to support recitations, most recently the Comp 105 Help Center over this spring break. I do spend a lot of time in software. I take pride in it, and I'm hoping to pass some of those skills and attitudes and interests onto you. The particular course that we're doing now, the Simple Virtual Machines, the compiler, which I call the Universal Forward Translator, this is stuff that I've wanted to teach for over 20 years. And I'm delighted that I'm finally getting a chance to do it. I think there's going to be a really good project. I did a pilot this spring with a couple of independent study students. I've been working hard over the summer, continue to work hard to make the project as good as I can, as clear as I can, as easy to complete as I can, and to make you learn the most from it that I can. I hope you're going to have a great experience. I hope you're going to use that not only to learn something about programming languages and how they're implemented, but to learn something about how working on a larger project, how to think about software design and to carry that on into your own work. That's all I have for you today. I'm trying to get this video out quickly because I know people are making decisions about whether they want to come back for the fall. Lots more is going to be coming. I'm working on a syllabus. I've got handouts for the first week. There will be more short videos. So I hope to see you in the fall. Until then, work hard and have fun.